What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of Today in Humanity. I am joined by two guests this week. It almost feels like a real podcast. My good friend Tyler.
Hello.
And my girlfriend Miranda Knopp. Say hi.
Hello.
We think we got a good show today. It's not going to be that heavy. We're probably just going to talk about just some random happenings. There's something I want to get out of the way. So there was the whole Hillary Clinton email scandal that went around, and I don't want to talk about this for too long because we have over a year to do that, but are you aware of what happened, Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you think of that? I mean, isn't that a giant red flag?
Yeah, well, it's kind of illegal, too.
Oh yeah, it's extremely illegal, but that's hardly the first illegal act that she's committed.
No, it isn't.
Oh man, if I don't know how she can still run. Like, it boggles the mind. But I mean, we got a year and a half almost to talk about that. Like, how can you? Did you hear her excuse or like her? Oh, you mean like wipe it with a cloth?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, no. When she was questioned about it, they asked her, like, why did you wipe the server or the hard drive or whatever? She's like, oh, you mean wipe it like a cloth, like with a cloth? It's like
She's just trying to dodge the questions.
Yeah, like how you can't be that ignorant. You can't know you can't know how to set up a private server and not know at least somewhat how it works, and then dodge something so menial like that. Like, I don't, even if she has people doing it for her, like, she at least knows what she's trying to do. But looks like Miranda's cutting out. What else we got? We've missed a couple episodes. There's been two out of the two weeks where we couldn't do it just because life happened. Me and Miranda have a marching band, and that gets in the way. And just what are you gonna do? A couple weeks back, me and my friend David we did an episode on Metal Gear Solid, which was pretty fun. Got 6 days left till Phantom Pain. I'm pretty excited. Yeah. So let's get right into it. Couple weeks back, I had a surgery a couple years ago, and I got my meniscus repaired, and just a couple weeks ago, like, it locked up on me again, and I was thinking, like, man, just joints in general are just feeble. Like, are you aware of Deus Ex: Human Revolution?
No,
That game?
I haven't played much. I haven't played any of those games before, and I haven't really followed it.
Yeah, it's but mainly like
I heard it's good.
yeah, it's good. Like, a lot of the main themes is dealing with like cybernetic limbs.
Yeah.
And things like that. I'm just thinking, like, what time or like what year do you think we'll get to that point technologically?
Technology, like, we're just like,
so where you can have like these artificial limbs or whatever or what have you, or even just artificial joints.
I've seen some things about like artificial, like our artificial arms and legs, but I mean, it's
That
not
actually
advanced like it's not.
Yeah.
I don't see it advanced like from that game, but
Yeah, like to the point where like
Sci-fi.
it's a almost a 1-to-1 difference, or even better than human limbs. Like, I think Deus Ex, it was in the 2020s, but I don't know.
I'm still waiting for my flying car.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for hoverboards. I don't know. I'd probably say late 2020s or 2030s until it's really mainstream. I mean, just look at the rate of how technology is progressing.
Well, nowadays, technology just progresses like every day. There's something new.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Like, we've advanced more in the last 10 years than we have in the last 100 years. It's mind-boggling. Looks like Miranda got dropped out of the call. Her connection's not all that great. We'll see if I can get her back. But yeah, it sucks because I don't want to go through the surgery again. Because if I do, I'll have arthritis when I'm like 30, and I don't want that. Yeah,
No.
So they scraped up a bunch of tissue, so then it's not quite as strong as it used to be.
Yeah.
Joints are just feeble. Like, a lot of the just dumb injuries people have are just their joints giving out on them.
Yeah, it's like the most common thing especially for sports injuries is joints.
ankles and knees. Man, the
Hmm.
legs are just
It's the knees. Is like I say,
yeah,
it's always the knees. It's
mm-hmm.
always the knees.
Just giving out for stupid reasons.
Yeah, I guess it's just really, really fragile.
Yeah,
Something like
I
that.
mean, there's so many bones going in there. Like,
Hmm.
there's a lot of room for error, so to speak. What else we got here? Man, her connection is not doing it. Um, so yeah, cybernetic limbs. We'll see how that happens. I mean, there's already been some really cool stuff that they've put out, like videos of
Yeah.
like people like amputees with like lost arms that have like artificial limbs that have like fingers and like pretty much not full movement, but
They have some
enough
movement.
movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen some like where it was like I think it was like a man and a woman, and they gave them like a cybernetic arm, and they can climb with the fingers. I mean, they don't have to like
Hmm.
full control of it,
It's
but
not like Luke Skywalker. Like
yeah, it's not like Luke Skywalker. It's like do crazy stunts with it. No, it's just like they can like climb with the
you
fingers.
can
Like I
hold
was
a cup
watching.
or drive a car.
Yeah, it's like slow moving like fingers, and they can climb with the fingers.
I don't know. It's better than what we had years
Well,
ago.
before you can get a hook. There you
Yeah,
go.
hook. Arr. Yeah, speaking of technology, I've been looking into VR lately a lot, like from E3 and the HoloLens and Oculus being bought by Facebook. Like,
Hmm.
do you think it's gonna catch on?
The Oculus Rift or
Yeah,
anything.
or just VR in general? Like,
Oh, VR.
yeah,
I think VR will. I think it'll have its own stand. I think it'll catch on, but it's not gonna be like
it's not gonna be mainstream.
super. Yeah, it's not gonna be super mainstream. 'Cause those things are
Yeah,
expensive,
you need a beefy PC to play those things.
also, and I mean some of them are kind of like a narrow. I know Valve is trying
Mm-hmm.
to make one, and a lot of people are liking that a little more than Oculus Rift and
Oculus.
such because it's really boxed and they say it's really narrow. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're just at the full view, like the full human eye vision, so it's
That
kind
would
of
be
like boxed
incredible.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can't see 'em, where they say that the Valve one or the newer like VR ones I was seeing that actually does have the whole you know eye vision or whatnot.
Uh, mm,
But I can also see it completely catching on because I can see a lot of people like getting sick, like motion sickness. Because I've
yeah.
seen people saying they get motion sick with the thing because it's like all this moving on right in their face and their body isn't really moving, so their brain's kind of confused. So it gets motion sickness.
Yeah, I tried it out at BSU. They had a dev kit, and it was cool. Like it kind of sold me on it
Hmm.
because and it was like an early build too, and it was all pixelated and the resolution was crap. But it was just the feeling of being able to move around in this environment was really something. Like you can't really. I wasn't a fan of VR until I tried it. It's
Yeah,
also, and which is why I don't think it's gonna sell because you can't sell an experience without the customer actually trying it out.
yeah,
Unless you have like Best Buys everywhere with headsets and 3-minute demos or whatever, I don't see it happening. And yeah, like
yeah,
you're gonna get sick of it. You're gonna it's motion sickness is a problem. Um, oh, I think Miranda's back.
yeah. I find those games like those the VR things. I think they're pretty fun to have, but it's like
Hmm.
again, I think honestly, I would get kind of tired of having this big clunky thing on my head. I can
Yeah,
probably give me a headache or something like that. I can tell that by that way 'cause it's like having the screen too close to my face already gives me a headache, and it's like in my face, like there's no I can't see anything. I can see that giving me a headache pretty quickly. So it's like a game. It's like it's fun for an hour, and then
yeah,
it gets irritating.
yeah.
Like
Like,
it gives you like a limited amount of entertainment, a very small uh, amount of entertainment. For some people, it can probably last for hours, but
yeah,
everyone's different, and everyone has different view of it.
yeah. The way I see it, like it'd be cool for a bit, kind of like Wii Sports. Like it's cool for a while, and then it's just you never touch it again.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it.
Like, wow, this is really
This
fun.
is
Okay,
really
I'm done.
fun. The immersion, and then
Yeah,
yeah, it's
this
just
is fun for 15 minutes. Okay,
yeah.
I'm done. I don't
I'm
want to do
done.
this
I
anymore.
get the idea. Yeah, I would like to play something like Fallout or Skyrim in it, and with a VR headset.
I was seeing one thing on Valve, and it was like apparently I was hearing it was like some people were put in a room or whatnot, and they had like weird like glove like Wii control things to control their hands in the game and such, so it actually will
Hmm.
track like their hands or whatnot.
Hmm.
And it's supposed to be put like in a room with like sensors on the room, and
Hmm.
it's a small room. It's supposed to be like someone's average
Like a sound.
house
Yeah.
room. Yeah. it's like anyone's average room, and I guess they have like the big old helmet thing on it, just like everyone else, but it's like theirs, so it's their field of vision. And since you can actually move around, like you actually interact with things, and to keep you from bumping into a wall because you're walking around, apparently like this blue barrier pops up in the games, tells you, hey, you're gonna run a
No.
wall if you keep going this way. So it kind of like shows people not to run into these walls.
Yeah, I
Man,
mean,
I thought that was pretty good. I heard about that. And I was like, that sounds actually like way cool because you can actually move around. You can't just
mhm.
sit and kind of move your head around.
I know. I think Morpheus is trying to do that more too. Like they did some stuff,
Hmm.
and it incorporates like the hands. Like if it's gonna have to be games that are built
Yeah, so
specifically for
that
it.
might be the company I was talking about. I
Yeah,
don't remember what it was from, who it was from.
yeah. But they did like this demo where like you're in a car chase, and like you
Oh
have
yeah.
to. You're having like two. I think they're move controllers, but you have like two move controllers, and one is each hand, and the triggers control your fingers, and you have to like pick up like an Uzi, and then
Hmm.
like with the other hand like load a clip into it, like realistically.
Oh yeah.
See, stuff like that I think would be cool. Like it would have to be specifically built for the thing, and it wouldn't have to be that long. Like it had to be like little things that you can
Yeah.
play in like a pretty short burst. But
Yeah. Yeah, it would be like those games would be like you can't play any game with those certain things. It's gotta
hmm
be game specific for a thing. You don't expect to play Call of Duty with these things on or anything
yeah,
like that because
or
it's
at least
not.
not multiplayer. Like I think campaign would be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll have to like design it specifically for it just because it's got like tracing. They probably won't recognize it and be like, what the heck? Because I'm pretty sure like they custom make these little games and such
hmm
just for it, so
Yeah,
that
the
way
tech demos.
yeah, so it recognizes it and
hmm
it's made for it. So it's like you can't play like any game you just want to pick out of the shelf and then put it in, and all of a sudden it'll recognize what you're trying to do here.
hmm
Because yeah,
Which is
it'd be games like you have to like redesign, which would be
yeah.
interesting.
I don't know. I like to play something like Halo or something like Call of Duty or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
Halo.
But I would
Yeah, that'd be
really like
that'd be kind
something.
of intense to be like. I'd
It'd be
be like,
intense.
yeah, it'd be tense. Honestly, I can just see someone just flailing their arms around because you would just be like moving around so much and it's so competitive, like moving around. It's not
Yeah.
like you can't in Halo. It's like you can't really sit. It's like you
hmm
really have to continuously move. And so I see a lot of people running around. If you can move, other than that, I just see a bunch of people like holding down the buttons and like flailing their heads around so like the
Oh
helmet
yeah, I
that
see what you're saying.
the thing like flies off their head, something
Uh-huh.
like that, hits the monitor, or bash their head in against the keyboard, like when they look down and smack their head on the keyboard. Like, I could see that happening. Or just them like freaking out when someone walks in, they see them freaking out on the chair, and it looks like they're having a seizure or something.
See, I meant just yeah, I not Halo with like all the movement, but just with like the headset.
Yeah,
Like that would be just more like you sit with a controller and you just look around. But no, with the I didn't even think about that. Like all with the full movement and everything, that'd be
yeah.
insane.
Someone just running around like in a room,
Bunny
running in a
hopping
circle.
everywhere. Like,
Someone running in a circle until like
driving a warthog.
they don't see the blue barrier and just smash right against the wall. It's like just keep running into the blue barrier.
That'd be pretty.
And
Man,
parents, it's like kids doing it, and then their parents are like, "What the heck are you thumping on the wall for?"
imagine the vines. Just of just people just
I've seen
screwing
some pictures
themselves
of
up.
people with, like Oculus Rift and like them wearing them, and then like them like putting their butts against them or something like that.
Uh huh. Yeah, I know. I'm for this reason, for all these reasons, I'm kind of more optimistic toward augmented reality, like the Hololens, like Microsoft showed.
Hmm.
And speaking of Microsoft, Gamescom happened a couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
they announced Halo Wars 2, which I thought was interesting.
Hmm.
Did you play the first Halo Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, I did.
I
Yeah.
never did. If it comes to backwards
It was
compatibility,
Halo's with that strategy one, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I played that.
I want to play it. Like if it comes to backwards compatibility on Xbox One, I'll probably get it because
Yeah.
yeah. And they announced that Halo Wars 2 works with HoloLens, so you can put the board on
Yeah.
like a table. I think that sounds
Yeah, see,
awesome.
Hollands, I can see that would be really fun for strategy games. Like,
Yeah,
when I saw
it's
those Hollands,
perfect.
I was thinking, that'd be really cool with big, like, vast, especially like Total War,
Yeah,
like Total War,
yeah.
those games are so much fun, and I would
hmm
love to see one of those big strategy games and just having us just sitting on your desk, something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool to see with Hollands. I like to see that,
Yeah, I
those Total
mean,
War games,
I
because
feel
I
like
like those
I
big
feel
strategy battle
uh
games.
yeah, I feel like this might be enough to reinvigorate the strategy game genre because it's been declining.
Hmm.
Like you can't argue it's been declining. But man, that sounds just so cool. Like it'd be like a game of like Risk or something like on like with moving and like the units moving and stuff. And oh man, I don't know how I haven't played it yet. Like it's slap the Halo like skin on anything, I'd probably play it. I just like that world a lot. So I don't know. It just skipped me by for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some people didn't really like the Halo Wars, in which
Hmm.
I can see why. Because I mean, it's like again, it's in their Halo. It's like it's
Hmm.
fun for like a bit, and then
Yeah.
it's like boring. Because it's like when I had a Halo Wars thing, I played it, and it was mostly I just play with friends. It's not
Hmm.
fun just playing by yourself. You need to play with people. I mean, you can
Yeah.
play the campaign, but it's not really as fun. You can do like co-op campaign. That's what's fun.
Hmm.
But I mean, if you were like really like strategy, I guess it would be fun for them
They
too.
wouldn't be on Xbox if they really like strategy, but yeah.
But it's like people who just were trying it because why not? But
Yeah.
I liked it. Not really just playing the campaign, just playing with
Just
friends
playing
and
with
just
friends.
yeah, and going against each other and see who can actually build tanks faster. That's
Yeah.
probably what it was. That's
Yeah.
probably what the game was. It was like who could build who could build planes and tanks faster, and then bomb rush the other team as quickly as possible, or get scared up. And it's like
Oh man,
if you're not on
I need to play this.
on the alien side, it's practically like freaking who can get who. It's like if you can get the scarab quicker than they can build an army, then you practically win the game because that scarab.
Uh huh.
Like I said, I've played it and we have a few friends and I was on the Covenant side and we got like three scarabs
Oh wow.
and we just completely bum rushed their team and they had troops and such and it just
Hmm.
dominated everybody.
Yeah,
And
man.
they were unstoppable, and then we already won the game. It was just like it was already over. And they couldn't stop them.
I bet I could find it for like $5 because yeah, just the idea of
Yeah,
it
I don't
sounds
see
fun.
it. Yeah, it's probably really cheap.
Yeah.
It's not like a big like Halo game like
Yeah.
their Halos. It's more
It
like
sold
a side project.
respectably. It sold
Yeah.
respectably, but not that much. I don't know. I'm not really that big of a strategy game fan. Like the only real strategy game I played was Star Wars Empire at War. Like
Hmm.
it took a Star Wars skin for me to play a strategy game. Like I've tried in the
Yeah.
past, it just hasn't grabbed me. But yeah, that grabbed me. And yeah, Halo's another thing. Like it can work with any kind of gameplay, so I might pick it up. And Blur does the cutscenes, and I love them.
Uh-huh.
I heard the
Yeah.
cutscenes are really really cool.
Yeah, because it's a pretty movie
Hmm.
like anime movie like or so.
Yeah.
But it's pretty. But funny. I'm actually I like strategy games, but I suck at them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Just like
like
I love stealth games, but I'm absolute garbage.
I love
Yeah.
the concept. I love like Total War and such, but I suck. It's like I try playing campaign. It's like I get confused with it all because it's just like
Mhm.
so
It's a
like
lot.
you guys know everything, and I get confused. Like I get confused with strategy and such. Like I don't know exactly what to do,
Hmm.
and it's like, but I still love them. It's like I want to get good at them, but I'm just not that very good.
Yeah, it's. I feel
I get
like
confusing.
I might get into Halo Wars more because yeah, it's suited for
Mhm.
a
Yeah, Halo Wars is
controller.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
That game, like I said, it's like I get confused on strategies. I'm trying to pick out the perfect strategy. In Halo Wars, it was kind of straightforward. It was probably just
Hmm.
build this, and then you're probably golden.
See, that's what I like.
You
Like
know,
I don't like to
it's
lose. Like in Empire War, I played on easy, and I was just like Star Destroyer, Star Destroyer, Star Destroyer.
yeah, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like that Halo game. It was pretty like you just build this, and you're probably. I mean,
Watching
you had to have
chaos ensue.
some, you had to have some strategy because it's like certain units dominate certain units, and you only have like one type of unit. They can just like take out that
Hmm.
certain unit if they get a certain unit, which is their
Scav.
anti-unit. I think it was infantry that takes out aircraft. So if you have aircraft, if you just have all aircraft, and they're just gonna go all infantry with some
Hmm.
tanks, with some ground, so that would just take out all of your planes.
Hmm. Like
But like
Hornets and
the
stuff.
scarabs like everything though. Like those scarabs on the Covenant
Oh
side,
yeah.
it's just
Oh
like
yeah.
everything. It was just anti everything. So
They're the Covenant's
dominating
at
everything. Yeah,
really.
it was just dumb. It was just like it's just anti everything. It's like nothing could really stop it except for one planes could kind of blow it up. But I mean that thing would just shoot them out of the sky like it was flies and just
Oh
swat
man.
them out of the fly.
I've been
It was
playing.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, I've been steadily making my way through the Master Chief collection, and man, those scarabs are awesome. Like no one can deny that those fights are awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks like Miranda's internet just wouldn't cut it, so I guess we'll have to go on without her.
Okay.
Game. What else?
Well, we got to
Huh?
hear that she was here. We heard her
Yeah,
for a good 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
And that was it.
Hello, then gone. What else happened at Gamescom? That was really what I took from it. There was a lot. Microsoft kind of dominated that, but Crackdown. I've never played Crackdown, so that wasn't really significant to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll get Halo Wars. Hopefully it's backwards compatible. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
So how's school been? We started school senior
Oh
year.
yeah, started school. Yeah. Well, it was actually pretty funny. It was during math class. It was I think it was our the second. It was like the second day for math and whatnot.
Hmm.
And we're sitting there. And since I took the most easiest class, it's just math for daily life.
Yeah, I was tempted, but
Yeah, I took it because I just wanted just to get
get
through.
the credit.
Yeah, I just wanted to get credit and get out. I don't want to take like calculus or algebra 2 or anything crazy.
Man, the teacher I have for Algebra 2 is already 100 times better than the one I had last year. Like, I had to bail out
Mhm.
last year. Like,
Yeah,
duck and roll out of the speeding car, basically.
yeah, because I'm terrible at math, and so I don't want
I feel
anything
you.
that's too challenging. I kind of want an easy way out, and so
Mhm.
picked the easiest thing there was, which is simple math practically.
Yeah.
But our teacher, we had to like it was just simple subtraction with like decimals and whatnot. And
Right.
you have to, and since you have to borrow from the other numbers or whatnot, which you have to like if it's like eight, no, it's like 7/8. You have to go to
Mhm.
the nine. That's partnered
Ugh,
with
math.
it, and you cross it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our teacher, I guess he didn't. I guess he just had like was confused or had like a brain fart or something because it's like we explained it to him. And he's like, "Yep." And so he's our and he's math teacher, supposed to
Yeah.
know this. And he like looks at the
You
board
have a
and he's
college
like,
degree.
yeah, he's like looking at the board for a second, and he was just like staring at it for like a good like 10 to 15 seconds, just staring at the board with like the
Awkward 10 to
marker
15
near
seconds.
like near the problem, and he starts like crossing off the seven kind of. There's like a seven at the end, which
Mhm.
was smaller than the number below it. And it's kind of like starting to cross that off, and he just like kind of erased what he did. He's like, and he just turned to the class and like, how about we have a student come up here and show us how it's done? Like he sure like
Like, I
bail
cannot. I
out
don't know
that to
what's
make someone
wrong.
else make the student do the work, and so that way so you can kind of look at the sideline. Okay, that's how you do it
That's
in a
funny.
way. And then when so he called out students started doing the work, and he was just kind of like dumbfounded, kind of he's
Mhm.
just kind of like staring at like the kid doing the work, and he wasn't saying anything. He's just kind of looking at it,
Just
and
observing.
and everyone else was pointing out like the kid was kind of making some mistakes, and so some people were pointing out like it's an A, no you
Yeah.
gotta cross that off, and he's just kind of like and teacher's kind of like staring at him and looking at the class, waiting for like us to answer for him almost, and
Uh-huh.
then once he finished the problem, the teacher was just like. The teacher just turned around and just said, "Is that right, class?" Like he was confused, like, "Is that right?" Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right or not. And everyone's like, "Yes." Like all of a sudden, like everyone was, of course, answering yes, it was right. And the teacher's kind of like nodded his head, really confused, like, "Yeah, it's
It
right." So I
sure
mean,
is.
it could have been wrong, completely wrong. And if as long as everyone said yes, it's right, he'd probably say yeah, it's right, and continue on
Was he a
and
new
like teach
teacher?
us the complete wrong way. And he's like, yeah, this is totally right. It's how you do it. No, really, it's wrong. But I think after a while, I think he caught on for saying. I guess he
Yeah.
just kind of like forgot how to do it
It
because
happens.
then he started going to teaching and he started explaining it.
Mhm.
So I think he just. The thing is though, he's teaching it right out of the book, so we might as well just have a book, just sitting there teaching us what to do.
Oh,
That's the
that's the
thing though.
worst. I
It
hate that.
yeah, it's practically he's just copying off what the book. It's almost like you're writing a substitute, and
Mhm.
substitute just goes off what the book
Or
says.
what the teacher's notes are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, teachers know. But yeah, he's probably just reading off the book. So it's we might as well just have the book sitting at the front of the class and we all just read it together. That's practically
Story time.
that could just be the teacher right there, just the
Yeah.
book itself. We don't even need the teacher really.
Just like a class run.
Yeah, it's just the class
Yeah.
with the book and we just flip the pages ourselves. I mean, he's going by page with his book,
Oh man,
and so it's might as well just read the book and
that's
just
no good.
do what the book says. So there's no point even having a teacher in there. It's like we
So
might
you
as well
paid for
just.
this?
Yeah. Well, and so I thought it was kind of funny because it's like I was like listening to what he was saying. I was reading the book, and he's practically just saying exactly what the book is saying, except for like he might be like paraphrasing some of it or like twisting the words around to make it look like he's actually
Yeah.
teaching it, but really he's just
Write
going
this
right off
sentence
the
in your
book.
own words.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
is
so
he?
continue. Sorry.
Was he a new teacher? Did he just start this
Yeah,
year?
he's a new teacher.
Okay, I
He's-
can understand
he's
that.
new.
I can understand
But he said he was teaching it in a different school
that.
though.
Oh, okay. So I thought he was like a brand new teacher because I heard they hired a lot of like fresh
Yeah, yeah,
off
they
the
hired.
college.
Well, he was.
boat.
He said he came from a different school. I can't remember the school name. Oh, I th- it was it's an I guess it's not. He said it was not as strict as our school. I think it was
Our
like
school is like so relaxed and like our standards are so low. What?
I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
Wow.
Our standards were low and
Yeah,
everything. It's like even we have rules. Like honestly, they don't really enforce them
they
either.
don't. Except
They
for
don't.
hats, they seem to go
They go ham on hats.
ham on
Yeah.
hats because they can just do that easy.
Yeah. It's like most of their rules. Like no, they don't really enforce
Hmm.
them. But it
That's
was pretty.
unfortunate.
But yeah, I just thought it was funny because it's like he didn't really know what he was doing too much at the first 2 days, and he's just going right off the book. It's like we don't even need a teacher. We just need the book.
I hate that so much. Like if you're gonna be a teacher, teach. Don't read. It's
That's it's like we're it just it's like if people who can't read. It's like if you might be there for people who can't read, and it's like yeah, I'll read it for you,
yeah.
maybe. But it's probably just the book teaching us. But he's just
Wow.
saying what the book says.
And he lost his other job. Why?
I
You know what I'm
don't think he
saying?
lost his job. I think
He just
he's like
moved.
yeah, he just moved
Wouldn't it be
here.
funny if he got fired for lack of teaching.
Stop copying the book.
Yep. Just copy this entire book down. Open note test.
The book says everyone gets free ice cream. Everyone gets free ice cream because that's what the book says.
The book is law.
The book is law here in this classroom. Where the book says goes.
They have like this cult of just the classes of just people in like robes just huddling around this math
Huddling
book.
around the math book. Oh, hilarious. They're just like, oh, wise book, teach us your ways. 2 plus 2 is fish.
Whoa!
This book has spoken.
The book has spoken. Yeah, that's funny. That sucks. I had to do algebra too. Like I'm going on to college, so I don't want to be. I don't want to
Yeah.
be left behind.
Yeah.
This teacher's
you-
already a lot better, so I'm optimistic.
Yeah, since you want, I would not pick, if I was going to go to college, like what you're going to go to college for, yeah, okay, I definitely would pick harder classes because, I don't want to take, like, easy classes and go straight in college. Like, yeah, we're not going to do 2 plus 2, man.
You got a
We're
plan,
calculus.
so you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to plan what I'm doing, which is kind of avoiding all that.
More than what I well. Besides that, but yeah, you got more
Yeah.
than I got going. But
Yeah, I got a plan, just avoiding all that. Try to, slip through life, but
so we're seniors now.
yeah, finally.
Are there?
And
Yeah, finally. Are there any? If you could go back, like, is there anything you'd do differently?
if I can go back and do anything I can do differently,
Yeah, like classes or just
I don't know.
schedule.
I think everything was fine. I like my
Really?
schedule and everything, really. Yeah. I don't think change anything.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much threw aside German. Like I wish, because I was in a class with like a bunch of my friends and we just screwed off all year. But
Yeah.
if other than that, like I don't know, like I have pretty much all my credits. Like this year, like it was a bunch of filler classes, and
Yeah.
every other day I get to wake up super early, as do you, or super late, as do you.
Yeah,
That's
on the
nice.
days. So I can just drive there.
Mhm.
It's nice. Yeah, that's the pretty funny thing is too. It was I always say about German. It's like I was speaking German, and German I was doing really good in German until I
Mhm.
got to like more higher level of German.
German
Also, I
3.
had like Kale and such and our friends, and
Yeah.
so I kind of got more distracted, and I just kind of started losing my
Mhm.
like concentration on German really,
Yeah.
and and I kind of didn't understand a year of it, and it got harder. And
Mhm.
the grammar part is probably the hard part of the
I
whole
bet.
thing,
I bet.
and so it was a little harder for me, and so I just didn't think I could succeed with the German, so I tried to, so I got out of the German.
Yeah, don't set yourself up for failure. Like that's another thing. I'm glad I told myself when I was a freshman I was smart enough to be like, if you don't think you can do it successfully, then don't.
Yeah.
Like I took
It's
German
like-
as a risk.
It's like I still want to learn German, so it's
Mhm.
like I have
You
like
have the
these
baseline.
yeah, so I have like these flashcards, and I'll just have to like learn on my own, like just my
Mhm.
free time. Like my free time, I try to learn some of the German
Mhm.
just to keep myself, because it's like
Keep
I
it
don't
in
want
your
to
head, 'cause
keep my
I've
head,
already
and I don't
forgotten
want
a lot.
and I don't want to lose like 3 years practically
Of
of
work.
German.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years of German. The funny thing is though, it's like what people are saying though, it's like you get all this German and such, and it's like like a language, but you still don't know a lot of it, and it's like people who just like live like just talking to native people, you learn it quicker.
Yeah, because like they have like the vernacular changes.
hmm
And, people, it's more natural when it's native
Yeah.
spoken.
Oh, I thought you saw that was pretty interesting. I don't know if it's completely true, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Was saying that babies they start learning their mother's native language, like
Mm.
as almost as soon as they can almost start talking, like almost as soon as they're born, I
Oh,
believe.
well.
Like they start like trying to
At least they can understand it.
yeah, so they try talking like their mom, like whatever language she's speaking, so that way they can communicate practically.
That
It's
makes
just like
sense.
natural instinct,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and also it's like when they're as soon as they're born, like they learn how to you know feel and smell their
Mm-hmm.
mom,
Mm-hmm.
so they can recognize her
Get a
before
lay
they
of the land.
yeah before they can even open up their eyes, so they can already can tell
Mm-hmm.
when they're in their mom's and dad's arms. It's like
This is
it's
what
just survival.
this is what makes like the abortion debate so interesting because like children like even like when they're just like barely developed like there's so many
Hmm.
senses that they have like
Yeah.
it's there's like
And
a such
babies are actually amazing.
it's
Like
really
they're awesome. Like I don't know
mm-hmm.
why, 'cause it's like of course there are some aspects, but the crying and screaming and such. It's like,
Yeah.
and the funny thing is though, when they're born and screaming, they can't even cry. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're just screaming because they can't produce tears in their tear ducts yet.
Yeah, they're just
So
like
it's like
what's going on.
so they're literally just screaming. Like they actually aren't crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like 'cause there's no water coming out of their eyes because they haven't developed it yet. So they're literally just screaming. But also it's pretty interesting. I think you'll say it's like when they don't need to breathe yet. I was hearing like
Hmm.
they can actually be underwater, and I guess they don't need to breathe, like
Huh.
because it's being in the womb and
Oh,
everything.
because they have like full of fluid in their system still.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. And so
It's
yeah, so
crazy.
I guess they don't need to breathe. I guess they can just almost like have like gills or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they have
I could
gills
sort of
for the
heard it was
first
it was
week of
something that
life.
I'm pretty sure you can't just
Huh.
put your baby underwater and all of a
Yeah,
sudden you'll become a
yeah,
you'll
a
be a
fish
fish, but
grows again.
I guess they won't be only like I guess they don't need to breathe. I can't remember exactly what it said,
Probably
but I
probably not for that long. Like there's probably like it's probably
yeah
limited to time.
I can't remember because it's like in the womb they can't breathe in there.
Hmm.
It's like there's no air or anything like that. So
Ugh.
but I
Their
don't know.
entire system is just flooded with just the disgusting, just juice.
Yeah, I can't remember what it said, but I thought
I'll
it
have
was
to look that up. That sounds
based
interesting.
on based on a lot of like interesting aspects when they're first born. But then they lose it all the cool
Yeah,
stuff
all
they
the
get
cool
older,
stuff, all the
all the
all the
cool stuff they
superpowers.
get, all the amazing cool stuff
It's in the
that they
mom
get.
juice. It's
They just lose it all because they
hmm
don't need it anymore.
They're like, oh, we don't need it. We're gonna be born.
It's like
Made it in the water.
after they get born, it's like as they progress, they get older and older. It's like they lose all that cool stuff, but they develop new cool stuff. So
Hmm.
like the ability to properly walk and everything.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. They develop a lot, and then we kind of have to just take
Hmm.
care of the rest.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting how evolutionary thing and how everyone's keeps developing differently.
Yeah, in my psychology class, we watched a pretty cool documentary about like what the stages that the mind goes through as they're born, and as
Hmm.
people are born. It's really interesting. I'd recommend looking at that. But yeah, where were we? Where were we on? Like we just went to this topic. And it just
Hey, I mean
hey, that's the show. That's the show.
yeah
That's Today in Humanity. Everyone, youtube.com/conversation inc.
yeah I mean
Let
that's
me
good.
let me look at my notes here. Oh yeah, I started watching the anime Attack on Titan
Oh
recently.
yeah,
Are
I heard
you aware or have seen?
I seen some of it like because it's I had some friends that they mentioned it and I
Hmm.
guess it was really popular
It's
with the
really
English version and
popular.
everything. Yeah, it's like really popular and so of course I watched some episodes
Hmm.
and I watched some of it until he became like I guess the one main character from like the
Yeah.
beginning, and then he became in the army or whatever. They go become a scout, and then
Uh huh.
that's why I just kind of faded off with it.
Oh,
I just didn't really watch after that.
okay. See, I thought you were
Yeah.
about to go into. I thought you were about to say what I was going to say, which I dropped off. I watched about like 9 episodes straight, and
Hmm.
there's a point where there's something. So, I won't spoil it for you, but so something happens with the main character.
I don't care if you spoil
Oh,
it.
you don't?
I
Okay.
probably won't go back and watch
Okay.
it.
Fair enough. Okay, so basically, the main character dies and
Yeah.
turns into a Titan, and then he fights the other Titans as
Oh
a
yeah,
Titan.
yeah. I seen that. Yeah.
That just lost me.
Yeah.
Like I was really into it up to that point, but then it was just like,
They just made it super
what?
OP.
What? Yeah, it was just like, okay, so he got like bit up, his arm is gone, he's in the stomach of another Titan, and then he just becomes a Titan from inside the stomach, and then just starts beating up. I was like, this I like. I don't know. It just lost me. Like I
Mm.
don't. I thought they were gonna do something really cool, which was just kill off the main character, just
Yeah.
straight up, he's dead.
Yeah, I see. I
Yeah.
saw him when he died
Mm-hmm.
and everything. I saw when he died. I thought that was
He
pretty
looked pretty
funny.
dead.
He wasn't even like it was like as soon as he
Yeah.
became like
The
in the
scout.
army or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wasn't even a scout yet. Like he
Oh
just
yeah, it's
became in
true.
the
It's true.
army. Yeah, he just became in the army. He's like,
First day
yeah,
on the job.
the first day of the job. He's like, I finally made it to the army. And then Titan started fading. He just gets
Yeah.
beaten up, loses his leg and his arm, and
Yeah.
dead. Dead
But then he
instantly.
isn't,
It's like,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
I
That
thought
was a
that was
good.
gonna be really cool, and
I
they were just
thought,
gonna take
yeah,
that
I
risk.
thought it was gonna be George R. Martin.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones right there. Just kill the main character right in your face. Like, oh yeah, here's the main character. No, just kidding. He's dead. Get out.
Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. Attack on
It's
Titan.
like there he is. He's dead. Congratulations. Probably was gonna be your favorite character. He's
Yeah.
dead.
I don't know. He was kind of
Come on.
obnoxious and loud and angry all
Yeah.
the time. I don't know. I thought that would have been a really cool move on the writer's part, but no, they had to do something weird,
Make
nonsensical.
him a Titan.
Maybe I'm wrong, and they take it somewhere, but I was really
Yeah.
on board up until that point. Like I thought it was cool. Like you didn't know how the Titans came to be, or that there's just this threat that needs to be stopped. But
No, that's the end of the show right there. He
yeah, that's the
dies.
end of
That's
the
the end of the
show.
show. He just
9-episode run.
watch this kid like background
Yeah.
story and everything.
His entire
And
life.
he
up to that
finally
point.
makes his achievement and then dies. No,
I'm-
he didn't make his achievement because he wanted to be a scout. He wasn't even
Yeah.
a scout yet, so he didn't even make. He
He
his
just
achievement.
got out of boot camp.
He just fresh out of boot camp and dies. Like, hey, well, that's life. Some people you should have boot camp, you're dead.
It's just a life story. Like,
Get hit
at the
by a
end, there's
train.
just like sometimes you get bit by a Titan, and all your life is over, and everything that you've worked for means nothing.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan. Watch it now. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I mean, I'm much of an anime fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I just never have been. I guess because I just never really watched them.
But
Except for my most favorite anime, Cory in the House. It's the best anime there is.
It's really the best everything. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
No, but
Every
more on a serious note, no, I just never really was never interested in anime. I didn't even know what it was at the first time, and I just never. When I first heard it, I just never got interested in it.
Yeah, besides like the Studio Ghibli stuff, like I hadn't really either. Like I really love Studio Ghibli stuff, but yeah. Besides that, like, like I know people call DBZ an anime, but it's like so like mainstream now. Like it's so Americanized.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like I don't know if you can. I don't. Yeah, you can count it, but like I don't know. It's gone to a point where I think people are they're more likely to think of it as an American thing, like especially if people who who hadn't grown up with anime before.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting was like it's like part of the anime. It was like the history of it, I guess what yeah. That's why I saw it was apparently like how they have the big eyes, like all the anime characters have like huge eyes.
Well,
And apparently
that's relevant to Japanese culture, like
yeah, well, apparently that actually came like it was from the main, I guess they call him like the creator of anime, like the father of anime or whatnot. Well, apparently I guess he inspired putting big eyes on his anime characters, because of Walt Disney did it first.
Oh, really?
It's because Walt Disney put like a Bambi had big eyes, and Walt Disney put like big eyes on a lot of his characters,
Well,
and I
characters
guess
were anthropomorphic animals too.
yeah,
So it's,
yeah, and so and he put like really huge eyes, and I guess the guy who like first was starting to do anime with like big eyes really liked it, and then everyone just kind of followed it in anime, or like all the anime people really liked the big eyes,
See, I thought
big,
it was
colorful,
significant to Japan.
sparkly, weird eyes, and I guess they liked it, and so. And because Walt Disney was doing it, and he's like, "Yeah, man, big eyes."
Well, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to be in animation and not be influenced by Walt Disney.
Yeah, and I guess before like, yeah, 'cause I guess it's like some of the anime before they all had like small little dots for eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Before like the big eyes came in from Walt Disney's idea, and that one guy who was inspired by Walt Disney's big eyes, and I guess most of them had tiny eyes, like they were just dots.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of animations were just dots, and big eyes came in, which I see a lot. Like I see a lot of cartoons. All the characters have big eyes, including
eyes, yeah.
Americans.
Yeah.
Like it's all animations.
Just
Just
look at Cartoon
big,
Network.
huge eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially the old Cartoon Network. They all have really big eyes, and
Well, it's emotive. Like they're the most emotional part of the human face. So
yeah,
I get
the
it.
eyes.
But yeah, it's. I mean, Walt Disney was. I mean, if you look at influential people, like he's up there. Even though he was an anti-Semite, but that's another story. Where was I thinking? Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. It was. I feel like it was more. It was more prevalent. like years back, just the sheer magnitude of said eyes have kind of dialed back, at least in some of the stuff that I've seen. Like there's some shows that have like the eyes are just ridiculous, but there's also some where it's more realistically proportioned, like the Ghibli stuff that I like. Anime, anime is it's a crazy culture. Like, I'm not saying just Japan, but just like the people who watch anime and like the kinds of shows that there are, like it's I don't even know where to start. And like I only watched Attack on Titan because it's so popular and everyone was like, oh, you gotta watch this.
Yeah, it was popular and everyone was like watching it. And so it's like, okay, I'll look into it. And then once he like tried to join the scouts and he died or anything, became a Titan. Yeah, it was like I guess he got in the scouts. Like I even skipped a few episodes and I just saw him. Yeah. I just skipped a few episodes. It was more like, and when I was watching it, I wasn't like turning the TV off or anything. It was more like just had the TV onto the side and I kind of glanced at it, and then I was carrying with something else. It was more like just like a side thing. Background thing I was kind of watching, and I wasn't really like totally engaged. Engaging. Like I'm pretty sure I didn't barely understood the plot. I just saw some of what they're saying, and I would like not listen to it, and I watch it. I was never interested into it.
Yeah, I was pretty engaged in it. Like I watched like 9 straight episodes, as I said. Like I was in it. Like I really love the art style. I like the music is awesome.
Yeah,
and just like the way that they traverse with like the vertical whatever maneuvering gear that they have is really cool.
Yeah, it's almost like
I might continue it, but after that, it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Also, I know I don't like what some anime is. Like I've seen like late night, almost like a cartoon or such. Like I know, like I like watching Robot Chick and such. I saw it, and they have like some animes. I was like, I had one that was on. I just want to see what it was. It was like in Germany or whatnot. I guess like it's like a weird anime, like parallel Nazi Germany type of thing with anime characters. Big ass swords and
with swords.
Everything. Yeah, like the main characters had like swords and such, but like of course
Nazi
like
Germany.
But of course, like the regular, normal people, like some like the soldiers or whatnot, they just had regular guns. But like the main characters had like big old sickles and scythes and magical flaming ninja swords.
So we're talking like Final Fantasy level, or are we talking like
almost like Final Fantasy, yeah. And I was watching it, and like they just get like messed up. Like half their body gets split in half, and somehow they don't die. Like, oh yep, I'm back, I'm alive.
Back.
Yeah,
Logic.
It's like you watching them. It's like. You see, like, it was, like, the main character or whatnot, and I guess it was, like, the good guys, and, like, there was, like, the bad guys came by, it's, like, the Germans and whatnot, and, of course, they shoot up all the, most of, like, the resistance type of soldiers that were helping, like, the main characters,
so
and
it's
most
like
of them got shot up.
Universe kind of World War II-ish?
Yeah, and, well, they shot up the soldiers. I don't know if they were American or not, but I think they were American soldiers and whatnot.
Whatever.
Yeah, or, like, French resistance, because I think some character had, like, French resistance. They didn't have any, like, any symbols of what country they were, except for the one maker had like a French, so I'm pretty sure she was like French resistance. So I'm pretty sure it was like it was like some resistant group, more likely. And so they're all getting gunned down and everything. Also, the American characters come out with big old like machine guns, a backpack type of thing, and just brushes through the wall. And of course, she's the skimpiest outfit ever.
Of course.
And so she's big old mini guns that haven't been invented really yet.
Goes all
like,
Vulcan Raven.
Yeah, and it just kills all like thousands of soldiers that fit in this big ass hallway, and just kills them all. And except for like one guy who just shoots like another main character in the back, which he actually died.
Yeah.
And I think he died. I think he also
he came back
to
as
life
a
too. Yeah, but yeah, gun him back to dead. But it's like other than that, it was like the bad guy came by and like split her in half and cut all her arms and legs off practically.
That's another thing.
Just excessive amount of blood.
That's what I don't like. That's another thing that keeps me from anime.
It's just like excessive amount of blood. It's like, geez, how much blood can it fit in the human body?
Like, I'm pretty sure than it's like sometimes it's tasteful, but other times it's just excessive.
It's like they got like the human body amount of the blood that's in human body is added to like a few more gallons of it. It's like throwing all over the place.
It's an art. It's a style.
Yeah, and then it's like, all of a sudden it's like, completely dead. It's like, there's no way you can I mean, practically the head's rolling off into nowhere. And it's like, nope, turn around. Actually, I'm fully healed. I'm stronger than ever for some reason. I just got...
Sensubin.
Yeah.
Someone else will get that reference.
And then just like, and then just like kills a bad guy. Like, it was nothing. Like, flick of the wrist and they're dead. And then like they don't even get that badly to hurt. Look, it's like, oh, I got shot in my stomach. I'm dead forever.
Or
I'm
they're
a bad
sitting
guy.
there like breathing heavily and like clenching their stomach. Like they do that a lot in anime.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't really like that. She actually kind of like grabbed the bad guy's head and like grinded it against the wall,
Oh
and like,
wow.
I'm like, yeah, like grinding against the wall to like dust practically, and it's like,
Dang.
yeah, it's like I'm like, nope. I'm like, wait, the bad guy's gonna come back to life somehow because
Just half his face is just gone, and he's just.
yeah. Actually, they're all female except for the one guy who got
Of
shot in the
course,
back.
of course.
Yeah, it was all female except for the one guy who got shot in the back
Yeah.
with the one ram truck. It's funny too. And I don't know why I was kind of happy to see that, just to see the bad guys actually get something out of it. 'Cause it's like for some reason like they're always invincible, and it's
Hmm.
fun seeing like the good guys die. I guess because it makes you show like, hey, good guys don't always win.
Yeah.
Sometimes the good people die, and that's what
I
happens.
mean,
It
that's.
shows more. It's more reality. I
Mhm.
like the mix of reality, and so it's like I saw the bad guys shoot one of the good guys. It was funny too. I was watching too. It was so like weird. It was like there's one German guy. He's like kind of like he's all cut up and bloody, and he grabs an MP4 and just shoots like one of the guy who's like talking to the main character in the back. And
Oh
he's like
wow.
supposed to be like her like boyfriend or whatnot. And just guns the guy in the back, and they're all like, "Oh my god,
Oh
oh
my
my
god.
god!" And this is the thing. One George is still holding the MP4, like staring at them, like you suck. And
Yeah.
they gun him down. It's like, oh, now they finally kill him after like staring at him.
They're just
Talk to this guy.
like they all gasp, and then.
Yeah, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh no, and then
Oh
like
no!
you suck.
Bang.
Kill one bad guy, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, yeah, and I think he actually like died. So I was like, yes, he's
Yes.
dead.
It's not
It-
Hollywood. It's a
yeah,
very different. Yeah, it's a very different take on
but
writing.
it's still like their main character just magically got fully healed, like completely
Senzu
in
bean.
pieces, and all their internal organs are spill over the place, but somehow they just magically appear from to nothing back
Mhm.
to a human body, but it's stronger.
See, if it was more like fantasy, like I could get it, but like you saying it's like World War II ish, like
Yeah.
that's just no. Like,
Yeah, I mean, those are the bad guy.
Stick to your setting, like
Yeah. But I mean, it's more like a fantasy, like weird, like sci-fi
amalgamation of
slash,
sci-fi. And
yeah,
World War
sci-fi,
II
like
and
mixed everything. World War II. It's not really
Still
the only
sounds like
the only World War II. There was only,
Huh.
I don't think there was even Swastikas on it. I think there was
there
Swastikas
hardly
still.
ever is.
But the only thing that was World War II about was literally just the German soldiers and the whole like feel of it.
They just
That is like Wolfenstein, like kind of in
see,
there.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool style anime.
Yeah,
Wolfenstein like sci-fi.
I think I could have sworn that actually was like Wolfenstein. I think it was fan-made like Wolfenstein anime.
That'd be
Like,
pretty cool. I would watch that.
I thought I heard something like that, but I mean I don't know.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Wolfenstein's fun. I want to play that new one. I really want to play it.
New Order,
The new order and the
Old
old
Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on my list. It's on my very long backlog list.
Yeah. I haven't played all Wolfensteins. I know I played some of them. Like I haven't played like the old ones. I played one and it was like you play as like different parts like a French resistance or whatnot.
Really?
Like you deal with like the black market and it's like all that kind of stuff. I like the Wolfenstein. It was pretty fun and pretty kind of challenging.
Hmm.
It was like with like some like the commanders turn like these weird flowing glowing skeleton zombie type of guys and
Mhm.
shoot fireballs at you practically.
Hmm.
Whatnot. And then it's like you deal with those guys. It's like of course all creepy, sci-fi.
Yeah.
So it's like invisible Nazis.
Invisible Nazis.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're like ninjas. They carry like dual
Ninja
swords.
Nazis.
Yeah, they literally were like
Yeah.
they go invisible and they have like swords and like you go to like this hospital and like everyone's dead 'cause this one guy ran around and like kill everyone. And it was like it says about blood too. It was like a
Oh,
horror
really?
movie. It's like I went from like regular action Wolfenstein all of a sudden just throw into like a horror scene.
Horror.
It's like I'm feeling like I'm playing like Outlast or something. I'm like walking around and hear this guy laughing like maniacally, like an evil monster. Like I'm not even facing against a regular guy here. I feel like I'm facing against like an evil demon that I'm
Yeah,
gonna
demon.
face against. And I actually
Demon Nazi.
and I was younger at that time. Actually, I was scared to complete that mission,
Really?
so I didn't come back to it a little later. Yeah, I actually was scared. I don't know why. I was like on edge, like walking through
Oh, I
this
get it.
hospital,
Yeah, I get it.
and all these dead bodies everywhere, and it's like a horror scene, and it's just some regular guy and just that can just have a visible suit that goes with visible current dual sword. But he scared me because it's like he pops out of nowhere and just stabs you in the back, and you're dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so it was kind of scary. But I mean, he was pretty easy to kill because he was kind of obvious because like this
Mhm.
magical, like weird, like out of place floating thing
So
kind
pretty
of
much as bad as active camo in Halo is.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty obvious you can see him.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like when you first don't know what he looks like. So at first you don't know what he's gonna look. But once you see him, it's like you see him invisible.
Oh, I
It's like
see you.
yeah, it's like okay,
Okay.
now I know what to look for. This magical like weird ripple running around.
Yeah.
This big old ripple running around.
Isn't
It's like,
that every invisible enemy in video games though?
yeah, it's literally everything. But when you're turned invisible, you're blind. Everyone's blind apparently. They can't see you. Right in front of their face, they can't see you.
Hmm. I only played like 10 minutes or so of the original like Wolfenstein 3D. So my knowledge of the series is very limited, but I am intrigued, especially with the new ones. Like they got really good reviews and they just look really fun. But yeah, this next fall, it's gonna be hard to find any extra room for things. Like I know, like next week I'm going straight into Metal Gear, and then after that it's Fallout and Battlefront. It's like ow, am I even?
Did you pre-order that Pip edition for
No,
Fallout
I
4?
just didn't have the cash at the time.
Yeah, I guess it's all sold out or
They
anything.
can't physically make anymore because the factory's like, we have to make something else now. Todd Howard, leave us alone.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Because it like sold out like the first day.
yeah, during the press conference.
Yeah, they sold out immediately.
Yeah.
One of my friend got one.
Oh, really?
He said he pre-ordered in time.
Good
Yeah,
for
he
him.
had cash on him at the time, so he actually was gonna get one.
Good for him.
But it's like I wanted to get one badly. In a way, it's like you don't really need it, but it just makes it look cool.
Oh, it's
just
so
cool
cool.
because you can put your phone on it. It's not like that crappy watch.
I'm not even going to do that. I just want a Pip-Boy. I just want to wear it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, yeah, well, it would be cool to have a Pip-Boy and everything. And it's like put your phone in and you actually can interact with the game with it. And it's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't need it. You have
It's
to
a
use your
gimmick,
phone.
but it'd be cool.
Still use
for
the app.
5
Yeah,
minutes.
it's still cool to have. It just makes you puts you more into the game.
Yeah. I mean, I like the design of the new one. I would rather have a Pip-Boy 3000 from Fallout 3. I like that one more. But this one's cool. New one's cool. Like it's a lot easier to take off. Like in the demo, like you see the main character like taking off like super easy, even though they've always been like grafted to you in the past. But yeah, Fallout. I'm so excited. Yeah, man. I'll try to squeeze in Halo Wars and Wolfenstein at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in your backlog that you wanted to get to?
I don't. I think it's everything I was about to be saying. Do we have any more topics or?
Not really. I was gonna talk about RTX, which happened a few weeks ago, but yeah, that was something I want to talk to Miranda with. So we'll probably do that next week.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do want to say, Laser Team Rooster Teeth's movie is coming out September 24th in select theaters, which I'm super excited about.
Oh yeah.
And I doubt it's gonna come here.
Yeah.
Because we don't have. Well, we have a couple independent theaters like downtown.
Yeah, we do.
But I'll have to
I
look
don't
at the
know.
list.
I don't know if they're gonna like host that kind of.
Well, they wouldn't host it. Like there's the Egyptian theater. Maybe. Man, I would go to opening night though if that was nationwide.
If it gets attention to them, they probably would do something like that.
If it gets picked up.
If they see it and it brings enough attention to them, then it's like, hey, so we might as well go plaster some weird onto the window, like put some posters or whatnot that you got from Google Images, just throw it onto the window. They probably will see
nice
it. Get some Google Image. You search that up. Google Image, print it off your computer and throw it onto their window. It's like, oh, you know what? Hey, what's this? Then they'll look at it. And they'll put it on. Then they'll put it on for you.
I know. I'm really excited. It's being written by Bernie Burns, who is a personal role model for me, and Josh Flanagan, who is slowly becoming one of my favorite employees at Rooster Teeth, and Chris Samaras, who has always been funny. And like the cast is great. Like what I've read of the script is pretty. Or like the setup is good for a comedy sci-fi. And one of the actors that they got outside of the company, his name is Colton Dunn. He's been around Rooster Teeth video. I don't know how often you check in Rooster Teeth. Like I know you like RVB, but I don't know how engaged you are on that community. But man, Colton Dunn is so funny. Like I want him to be full time at the company. But I'm really looking forward to it. I wish we could go to a midnight, but I doubt it's coming to us. They're probably let's say a lot of Texas, probably a lot of California, and then the capitals of
especially area. Yeah, it's probably a lot of places like close to Texas or whatnot around there. That's all you can see. I see a lot of people putting like close to like Oklahoma and such.
Yeah.
Or whatnot, but like close to them, so because so that way they get more attention. More attention where it's like mostly like the source is coming from. Yeah. Like you get too far out, it's probably people probably don't care or really recognize it.
I think they're airing it at a film festival in Texas. I think, from what I read from the Post. But yeah, I'm gonna buy that like as soon as it comes out. Blu-ray hopefully.
Yeah, also seeing was like the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh gosh, I'm so tired of hearing those words at this point. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just seeing that, and apparently I saw like the director actually. Oh, what was his name?
I can't remember.
I can explain the same,
People
but
were happy about it, I thought.
yeah, he actually was actually a good actor.
Or a good director.
Actor, but director.
Yeah.
Yes, actor, director.
Speaking of actors,
I'll look it up.
who's gonna act in like what actors would they would a lot of it's just voice and
Yeah,
just
it's only the
assumption.
only. Well, the thing is though, it's not like exactly. Apparently, they're not going off exactly what the game
No, they're
is.
doing a new story within the universe, but
Yeah,
still, like, there's not
but
many
also they're
characters,
using
so.
practical effects. So
I think it's one saving grace is that they're building these animatronics.
yeah,
But
yeah, they're actually building them. They're actually building
I thought it was
animatronics.
gonna be
Like weird,
cheap
not
CG.
weird. Not weird. Yeah, it's cheap CG like crap. Running around. It's like, oh, look at that weird.
Look, it's
physical ape.
Foxy. You ripped the model straight from the game. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The creator game. Yeah.
that would be atrocious. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Speaking of video game movies, man, I'm segueing all over the place today. But the Hitman movie came out, and apparently it sucks. So I'm not seeing a good future for video game movies. But if the Warcraft thing turns out well, and the Five Nights thing turns out well, maybe it'll turn it around. I wish it became a trend because there's a lot of video games that could be adapted into good movies, like Mass Effect, Assassin's Creed. There's others like BioShock.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect would be awesome.
Oh, I think it's Ass Effect.
Well, that's a different thing. But yeah, Mass Effect would be cool. Just that universe would be great for a movie. But yeah, they tried to do BioShock. They tried to do Halo like 17 times. Yeah, I can't think of more. Metal Gear. Oh man, that'd be a great movie. That'd be a good anime actually. But I don't know. I wish. And actually, the Assassin's Creed movie is confirmed. That's coming out, I think, in a couple years. But
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
I know who it was now. It's from it's Gil Kenan. That's
I'll
his
have to
name.
look it up.
He's the guy who created Monster House.
Oh yeah. Which
Yeah,
that also
actually was really
made me
good.
interested.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. I'll go
Yeah,
see
it's
it.
the guy who created, and also he made it was in the Poltergeist remake.
See that got crap
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. That wasn't his finest work, but the Monster House
I like
was.
Monster House. Yeah, that was good. That
Yeah,
was a long
Monster.
time ago.
When it first came out, I watched it. I actually, when at my age, I actually really liked it. I watched it almost like, quite often,
Yeah.
and since most of my family liked watching it, and
I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah, I remember that.
we
animation being
we had
really good.
we have fireplace. So, we got squirt guns, shoot at the fireplace, turn it on, shoot the fire out. Fire guns. Like, yeah, we killed the house.
Yeah.
House is dead. know?
Yeah.
We go, tactical team, go. The monster's gonna eat us, and we're gonna be trapped in the basement and dead toys. So we
Tactical
better shoot at the
espionage
fire.
House.
Yeah, it's, we put on the fireplace, light a match, and put on the fireplace in our house, and we're on squirt guns to shoot it. Yeah.
I don't
You know,
know. I don't know how well that
action.
holds up, but yeah, the poltergeist thing did not go over well.
No.
Yeah, Warcraft looks cool, even though
Oh.
I have next to no knowledge about World of Warcraft. But
I don't know anything about I can probably tell my cousin about that
Really?
because my cousin used to. Well, yeah. Well, one like his brother, which is his little brother, which is I know him a little more better. Like he played it for a bit because his older cousin did, but his older brother, which is Connor, like he played it like he was more with Worldcraft. There's people who play
Way
like
into it.
24/7. Yeah,
Yeah.
way into like it's every single expansion that comes out.
guilds and
It's just
all
like
that.
yeah, like 10 guilds he's in or
Mhm.
whatnot, and he's got like every single level, max level character he can. He's got like 3 the exact same like class, like
Oh,
every
man.
class
Yeah.
is maxed out,
Yeah.
leveled up. All is like epic legendary.
You either quit
Buy it one
immediately
time
like I did,
gear.
or you live long enough to have 17
Right.
level 90 characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was like
I can.
I played the free like for free
Yeah.
and for like 10
10
for
minutes.
like literally 10 minutes. It
And I
got
was
to like level
oh
2
wait,
and
this
then I'm
gameplay
done.
sucks. I'm
Look,
sorry.
I only play it because my cousin wanted me to play it, and I was like, I'll try. I don't like MMO games. I'm not the best at them, and I don't really like them too much.
Yeah.
Because I just find it repetitive. Cause it's
Yeah.
like it's literally just killing the exact same.
animations. It's just watching animations.
Yeah, it's literally just me killing the same warhog over and
Yeah.
over again
Yeah.
until I get level 90, and then I can do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
but
oh,
first you
it's
got-
great
but-
for after 300 hours.
Yeah, but first you gotta sit there and you gotta kill that warhog for
You
200
kill
hours.
that warhog.
Until you get to
Kill
level
that
60,
warthog
which should
dead.
only take you, 3 days,
Yeah,
and maybe the rest.
straight of just mashing the hotkey.
Yeah, of just you clicking your mouse button, and then you kill those warhogs, and then you'll become level whatever. So you get to do fun stuff. But until then, you gotta kill warhogs.
Yeah, the only MMO I've really gotten into is DC Universe Online. Like that's
Yeah,
because it uses like combos and button presses. Like it plays more like an action game, and I'm also just a
Yeah.
DC Comics fanboy. I like that universe, but
Yeah.
yeah, that because it's actually fun. Like playing, it's actually pretty fun. Like I got out of it because better games came up, but as far as MMOs go, that's pretty much the extent. Like I played World of
Yeah.
Warcraft. I tried like, a couple times, and it never grabbed me. Like if the gameplay of the combat was more engaging and like more input driven, then maybe I'd be more into it. But I just don't want to sit there and just getting killed the same warthog a lot.
Yeah, just kill the same.
Just press a button and then just wait for the animation to play out.
And then dude, he pushes it again. Especially just playing like a clicking game.
I'd rather play a Telltale game or something like that. At that point.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'm actually watching something engaging.
That's another thing I love about those Telltale games. It's like wherever actions you'll pick will really affect your game. Not really. It's
it all
more
comes
like
back to the same point.
yeah, because it comes the exact same thing, except for maybe like one character isn't as fun as you than like someone else's gameplay. Like, oh, this guy gives me a certain
died
glare.
6 episodes ago, which I find
It's
cool.
It's like that guy gave me a certain glare. Oh no way, he doesn't give me that glare because I picked these certain options. It's like some options like I really get a pick here. No, if you don't pick it right, you're just dead. You don't get you're gonna pick you're gonna pick our choice. So yeah, you totally got
key
the
choices.
A lot of key choices. Only one progresses the storyline. The other just kills you off, and you gotta redo it. You gotta redo the whole sequence again.
I want to play Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is supposed to be the best one.
Yeah.
And then they made the Borderlands one, and I was peaked. But then, and then they announced the Minecraft one, and then they announced the Game of Thrones one, and there's just so many now that I don't even know how.
I heard the Game of Thrones one was good, and same thing with the Borderlands. It was pretty interesting, and of course the Walking Dead got the most glory of it all.
Well, I mean,
it was the Walking Dead one. Yeah, that's what it first started.
Map, really.
And also people said they also liked the what's it called? The Wolf Among Us.
Oh yeah. That's the one I actually really want to play. I hear that.
People have said that actually was really fun. Yeah. Like that actually, they really liked that.
That's something in my backlog that I want to get to. I just haven't had yet.
Yeah.
You can on Xbox Live, you can get like the first episode for a lot of these things for free. I just haven't touched it yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've played some of it before.
I'd be into that. Like I like that kind of stuff, but it just hasn't.
Yeah, I've beaten it before, and I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it.
I hear the engine is just crap though, like just glitches out a lot of the time.
Yeah, you can get some weird little glitches. Like sometimes like something might cut out. It can be a little weird, but it's nothing. It's not
crazy or
crazy. Models are flying off into space.
It's
more like
Unity.
It's more like they'll stop talking and just stare at you, and the dialogue keeps going and voice acting. That can be annoying. It's like. But it's nothing like, that will really affect, like, also, like, your guy goes for a punch and there's there in T-pose for some reason. Just like a T-pose. And it's just standing there T-pose and like this whole fight scene going on and your player model's like doing this crazy stunts and there's just the enemy, just like a T model flipping around, going crazy.
I would play that game.
Honestly, sometimes glitches make the game 10 times better. It's like funny little glitches. Honestly, some glitches I find just make the game like 10 times funner. Like just watching like games freaking out. Like literally, I actually would love a game of just like one fight scene where one player model is in T-pose flipping out, and their other players like doing weird maneuvers with nothing.
Yeah, that's only good though if that's the tone. Like if it's a serious game and then like things like that happen, it kind of throws you off.
Yeah, it'll throw you off. Yeah,
but like if it's meant to be like that, then it'd be fun.
Yeah, it's a game that it's supposed to like kind of get you in, but then it's supposed to throw you a glitch like on purpose, like and some glitches actually like I seen like like actual games that they're not supposed to be there, but the glitches are just so good that they keep it and they actually make it like this is actually now official glitch, like it's staying. Like I know in San Andreas there was one where it's like the suicide photographer or whatnot, like on San Andreas, it was like in GTA. It was like
experience is very minimal. I apologize.
Yeah, it was like a photographer that you can find any day, any time of the day, and it's always in different clothing. It's a different person. It's different clothing or whatnot, and the person will just take a picture. And then they'll just walk into the water and drown themselves.
I've taken my life's work.
Yeah, they just take a picture and they just walk in the water, and it's always a different person. And I guess it was so popular. This glitch was that people made background story on why they commit suicide practically.
He's like,
they just walk into the water and drown. And there's like the one GTA where you can't swim. It's like the first Assassin's Creed, you can't swim, you just die instantly.
Yeah. Well, that was an animus glitch. I say that with quotes. Like that's the excuse
Yeah,
that they came up
yeah
with.
they make excuse for why you can't swim.
Yeah.
They're all like, why can't we not
No,
swim?
Altair could
Glitch.
swim, but the Animus just can't render water. Yeah, all right,
Yeah,
Ubisoft.
yeah. No, we just didn't
Just
want
like
to
Assassin's
swim.
Creed Unity can't run at over 24 frames per second. But that's
Yeah,
another
it was
story.
Animus
Yeah.
glitch.
It was an Animus glitch, which Assassin's Creed like you can kind of get away with it because you're playing.
Yeah, because it's also
you're
computer
playing a person
simulator.
playing a game.
Yeah,
Basically.
you're a person in a computer simulator,
so
so it's like we can
I
understand that. It's like,
allow it.
yeah, our excuses is because in game it's
Because
glitch.
glitches.
Because glitches in game that are
That's
in our
canon.
game.
Oh man, we're in hour 6. Should we wrap up or you?
Yeah, we can probably start wrapping
Yeah,
up.
we gotta save. Just gotta milk our topic list here. Yeah, that was a good show. Thank you for your time. That was really fun.
Oh, I have fun too. I have fun talking
Yeah, it was nice.
about the things going on.
Hopefully, my uploads will be pretty more regular now because we kind of got our setup going. And I'm gonna try to have some different guests on too. I tried to get today with 3 people on a show, but it just didn't happen. I want to do like I did the Metal Gear episode. I want to do like specific, like where we just talk about one thing for an hour. Like the Metal Gear one was really cool. I want to do that with like Star Wars, like before Battlefront comes out. And and I want to do it with Fallout. But just various topics. Like I want to do it like when the election happens next year. I want to do it for that. Just various like topics that we can talk about ad nauseum. So.
Oh, before we go to, it's like, are you voting for these nuts for president?
That's the only choice.
Yeah, clearly.
If it comes between Hillary and Donald,
and
gotta go with these nuts.
These nuts.
But
I can't.
we'll see in 2016.
I thought that was pretty funny. And if people actually do seriously vote for it, I mean,
it's gonna be by the time the actual ballot comes around, like it's gonna be gone.
Oh,
but it's funny for now.
I thought it was kind of funny. It's random, just these nuts, But if people actually
voted for it
in
like Iowa or something.
Yeah, it's like no, don't actually vote
You're
for it. It's funny. It's funny,
now,
but
when it's
don't
actually the election,
It's like telling people don't actually vote. Don't actually vote for these.
That just shows how bad the candidates are, though.
Yeah,
or at least the candidates that get all the attention.
They're really. You might as well. I mean, they're all practically just these nuts right now.
I mean, they're
like
worse.
there's. Yeah, they're worse. I mean, at least these nuts will just be like, and this is from some 15-year-old, so it's like some 15-year-old kid.
Hey, he's getting more votes than any 15-year-old kid has ever in the history of the United States.
And then literally America would practically be a joke because since we have a president as a joke.
It's not like people laugh at us enough anyway.
Yeah,
that's another story.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that sometime. Is the public perception of the United States from foreign people? Yeah. Before we close, I want to say like I said in the first episode, like I'm doing this for a senior project. I'm doing it for personal exploration. And we just found out that our senior projects are a lot easier than we anticipated. So
that's why I waited.
So really, I'm gonna open up this channel a bit. So like, take the gloves off as you will. So like, pretty much, if you have something to say it. Like I'm not gonna go with the limitations. I'm not gonna have certain criteria anymore. Like I was trying to go from the local. Like I was gonna do like local news stories, but now I'm not.
Yeah. Because now this won't even matter at the school anymore.
Yeah, but literally, Tyler, if we're on the show and you have something to say, like, do it. Like,
just say it.
Gloves are off. So yeah,
the gloves are off.
You've heard it here. Conversation Inc. is now just a madhouse.
It's off the chain.
It's off the chain.
We broke the chains of oppression.
We broke through
the school oppression chains, and what we say.
So now I just got to write a research paper at the end, and this will make the conversations more natural too. So I still want to talk about news. Just that's relevant.
It's always good to throw some news in there.
But yeah, now we can talk about whatever we want. So yeah, this show is now just about like originally the pitch from the show was just whatever we want to talk about, pretty much. So yeah, this was a good episode. I have been Noah for Scott with my good friend Tyler here, and